cuties! I hope you guys are doing so well. Today's video is the finale of the 2025 spooky season videos on my channel. Actually, there might be one more, but it won't be nail related. Anyway, today I'm going to be making more custom glitter acrylics, but this time they're going to be specifically for Halloween, and then I'm going to be using them to do my Halloween set of nails. I do have a Halloween set on right now, but I'm gonna have a different one on by the end of this video. But yeah, I'm super excited because I got a whole bunch of new stuff, and as well as my little jars that I always use. They're just like 1 ounce glass jars. But also I got a whole bunch of different colors of the circle glitters, because for some reason I've been like really liking the circle shape of glitter recently. And then also I found this website. I think that one of you guys actually recommended this website to me for pigment powders that aren't mica powders, because mica powders are shimmery, but I just wanted some that didn't have like kind of metallic shimmer to them. So I found this website called solarcolordust.com, and they have the coolest pigment powders, thermal pigment powders, color changing pigments, glow in the dark pigments, like all different kinds of pigments. So I'm really excited to try these out today. Sorry, I'm leaving this here because it's covering my address, but yeah, let's just start by unboxing these, shall we? Let's just do it. This hollow bubble mailer is really cool. Look at that. Whoa. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's right. I think I got some glitters as well. Oh, this is so pretty. Oh my goodness. I definitely don't remember what I ordered because I ordered this like a month ago, but I'm really excited to rediscover. All right, so, yes, I do remember. Okay, so I got a couple. This glitter is so gorgeous, you guys. I don't think I actually ordered this one. I feel like this was a freebie that they sent me, and I think Glitter Hippo might be a different one of their websites, but I'm definitely going to be checking that out because this is gorgeous. Oh my goodness, and it's orange to white thermal glitter. Are you kidding me? What? Okay. So this glitter, not only is it beautifully iridescent with like the most amazing color shifts in it, but it turns from orange to white, which is going to be so perfect for like the theme of Halloween custom acrylics that I'm wanting to make today, which I will tell you about in a second. So yeah, then I just got a few of their little like sample packs of pigment powders. So I got this one, Glow Dust. So all of these glow in the dark, and I'm hoping that the amount that they give us in each little package is enough to make at least one custom acrylic. Oh yeah. I wanted to get the sample packs so that I could try like a whole bunch of different ones, and I'm really glad I did because these packs are honestly like more than enough for making custom acrylics. Like I can probably make a couple custom acrylics per color. And yeah, I'm not only going to be using these just for the Halloween custom acrylics. Of course, I love making custom acrylics, so they will probably reappear in my custom acrylic videos in the future. And then I also got the ultra thermal pigment powders. It changes from color to color at 86 degrees Fahrenheit. And I'm so glad that they put on each little package what color it is and what color it changes to. So this one goes from black to purple. We got purple to blue, dark orange to light orange, orange to yellow, blue to green, dark red to light red, violet to pink, purple to turquoise, black to vanilla, and black to pink. Black to pink sounds really cool, and I think I'm gonna wanna use this one today for sure. Okay, this one's another color changing one with heat. It says that it activates at 82 degrees Fahrenheit and 95 degrees Fahrenheit because not only does it change from one color to another, there's an in-between color. So it's basically color changing between 3 different colors. And the colors that it changes between, it's not like it goes from like pink to light pink to white, black to plum to neon green. Those are like 3 totally different colors. That's insane. I cannot wait to see how these work. Oh my goodness. Okay, we have black to plum to purple, mahogany burgundy to pink, navy plum to green, deep plum violet to pink, deep violet sapphire to blue, sangria red to hot pink, dark green, green to lime, maroon red to yellow, and black navy to magenta. Also, I noticed that there's a little warning on each of these that says do not ingest or inhale. So I'm gonna make sure that when I'm like putting these into the jars that I have my dust collector on in the background, but I probably will not leave the audio in, but just know that I'm gonna be doing that. All right, and then the last couple things I got from this place is I got these Prism Hollow Flakes, which just look like really fine hollow glitters. And then I got Angel Hollow Powder. So this isn't something that I'll probably use in the custom acrylics, but I wanted it because it looked really pretty on the website, and I'm gonna probably use it to put like on top of the nails, like a regular nail chrome powder. So that's my little haul of things that I got from solarcolordust.com. I'm really excited to have something new to use because I feel like I tend to use like the same supplies over and over again, which honestly is not a bad thing. Should definitely normalize using the stuff that we have. But you know, it's fun to get new things and try new things. It's part of the fun of making these videos for you guys so that you guys can see what's out there. So yeah, there's that. I'm very excited to try these. And then, of course, we have these. And these ones I just got from Amazon. So 3 different little containers of different mixtures of the little sphere glitters, which I think some of these are going to be perfect, especially these like orange and pink mixes because, oh, and this one right there, oh my gosh, that one's perfect. Because I haven't mentioned it, but today I'm going to be trying to actually have a theme to the custom acrylics that I make. Usually I just kind of like make whatever comes to mind, but for this, I want it to not only be Halloween themed, but I want them to be like kawaii candy trick-or-treat themed. So I'm definitely going to be going for more of like the cute bright color combinations that you would see for Halloween and not so much of the dark ones this year. But if you want to see some darker Halloween custom acrylics and stuff like that, then you can go check out my video from last year because it's also, I think it's pretty good. So yeah, that's what we're doing today. So I think that these are going to be perfect. Along with, I got a new bag of the Nina's Professional Nail System clear acrylic powder since I used up my last bag. And yeah, so that's all the new supplies that I have to show you guys. I hope you enjoyed that little haul segment. Now let's get into some mixing, shall we? Let's go. I don't know, there's just something about having new supplies to use that makes it so exciting. That's always how I've been. Any hobby that I do, like getting new supplies just always inspires me to want to create. I want to go straight in with this Glitter Hippo orange to white glitter because we're definitely going to need an orange, a cute orange, and I think that this one will be perfect. You know what? I forgot. Let me go get a plastic spoon or some sort of tool that doesn't make clinking noises because I know that bothers some people. Spoon acquired. All right. Just as usual, there's not really much measuring that goes on. I just, you know, do however much I feel is right. But one thing I know is that I do like my glittery acrylics to be very thick with glitter. You guys, this orange glitter is beautiful. Do you see this? Okay, is that enough? Am I using too much? No. There we go. And then I think since this glitter is already color changing, I'm gonna try to use one of the glow dusts to make it glowy. And let's see. So probably apricot. I like this like light orange. There's also this like more neon orange sickle, but I think that the apricot definitely matches better. All right, this is when I'm going to turn my dust collector on and have it right near where I'm working so that the dust gets sucked into the dust collector and I don't breathe the little particles. I don't actually know if I want to add too much more to this one because I feel like it's going to be really pretty just like that. So I'm going to go ahead and add in the clear acrylic now, and then we can swatch it and see if I want to add anything else. All right, and then once I have the acrylic in there, the way I like to mix it up is to put this little stopper on top and then not the lid. All I do is I just hold down on the stopper as hard as I can and shake it up. And then before I swatch it, oh, I don't know why my nose is itchy. And then before I swatch it, I like to put down my dental bib because it just protects my tabletop from getting a bunch of monomer spilled on it. I'm gonna take out my Cura Sky EMA professional monomer that I have double Ziploc bagged because I am afraid of the fumes. Because I do my nails in my bedroom because I live at home, so my studio is in my bedroom and I don't want to be smelling monomer fumes all the time, like when I'm not using monomer, so double Ziploc bagged it is. This adorable little Care Bear tin that I found at Typo, which sadly they don't have at my mall anymore, but this is where I keep my acrylic brushes, and honestly my go-to one is just always my Pana brush. And then the way you can pour monomer without making a big mess, put your brush against the bottle opening and pour it, and it should just create a little spout straight into your dish. Nice. I've got my blue paper towel to wipe off my brush, and I've got my white paper towel, which is going to be our swatch paper towel because it's nice and white so we can see the colors and everything really well. Okay, I'm actually really excited for this one because that glitter is absolutely beautiful. I think we should get a nice close-up. What do you think? Pretty. Ooh, that is beautiful. That is so pretty. Oh my goodness, I love this. That is gorgeous. I like showing you guys in this camera as well, just in case you can like see it a little bit better. But yeah, oh my goodness, that is gorgina. Okay, wait, it was color changing, right? I wonder if I heat it up with my lamp, if it'll like change color. Oh my goodness, I think it is. Is it? I don't know. I'm debating whether or not I should add like a little bit more of a, like a brighter, like true orange color to it, because it is looking pretty pinky peachy at the moment, which I really love, honestly. But since this is supposed to be like Halloween nails, you know what? No, I think it's perfect because since I'm going for like a pink and orange color theme, I think that if we have one in the middle that's like an apricot, like a mix between pink and orange, will be perfect. So that's gonna be our first one for sure. I love this one so much. This is so pretty. And I just remembered that I forgot to charge my label maker. So I think I'm just gonna have to use my parents' label maker, which doesn't have cute fancy icons, but at least we'll get to label our acrylics. Yeah, these labels are definitely not as aesthetically pleasing, but you know, it's a label. Also, I can definitely tell that the longer that this sits on this paper towel, like it's kind of warm in my room, especially with my studio lights on. It's definitely getting like more pastel as the time goes on and the glitters are turning from orange to white. But then luckily it has that powder in there also, like the glow in the dark apricot powder, which is making it stay this like cute pastel apricot color. Poison sherbet. Beautiful. And I almost forgot about putting the little top coat on the swatch so that we can really see all the glitters. Wow. That's gorgeous. I'm probably gonna say that word like 50 gazillion times in this video, so hopefully you don't mind. But wow, that really brought the glitters to life. Holy, I'm so excited to have that on my nails. I think for this next one, I want to do like a true orange color. Why did I literally almost forget about these glitters that I just unboxed? Okay, we're definitely gonna use one of these for this one. All right, I think let's use these ones that are like white, pink, and orange. So I guess this isn't going to be a true orange one. It's going to be like pink, white, and orange, which is the color theme that I'm going for this whole like set of acrylics. So see, like that's not a lot of glitters at all. Like that's not really going to make very much of an appearance Like, I really wish that I could find like big bags of these glitters, but I literally looked everywhere and I just could not find any. So yeah, I'm gonna make this one an orange base. So I'm gonna use this extra fine like neon orange glitter from Recollections, which you can get Recollections glitter at Michael's if you didn't know. I like to mix together the glitters to like see what like the mixture is gonna look like before I add the acrylic. I also have like these like more like orange flakes. They're kind of chunky. I think these ones are just from like Temu or something. Oh, sorry about the tapping noises. I keep forgetting to try not to make the tapping noises. It helps me, like tapping it helps me to like control the amount of glitter that I'm putting in there. Should I add some of these ones as well? These ones are pink though. I'm really trying to do like less is more for these. And like if I just want to use different glitters that I haven't gotten a chance to use, like I'll just make more custom acrylics instead of just trying to pack them all into each glitter. So I think I'm going to skip on these ones because I don't even really think you'll be able to see the pink shining through. It'll kind of just mute the orange a little bit. And for this one, I'm going to use this ultra thermal dust that goes from dark orange to light orange. All right, and I'm actually going to try mixing this up a little bit just so I can get kind of an idea of what the mixture is gonna look like. And maybe I can like add something that I feel like it's missing before I actually add the clear acrylic. I actually think I like that. I think I like that. It does look a bit dark right now, but I think the color changing to light orange will be good. So I'm just gonna add the clear acrylic and shake it up. Oh my goodness, look at the lid. It's like yellow. There must be a lot of yellow undertones to that pigment powder. Ooh, yes, that's definitely more of a true orange than the last one that we did. That's perfect. Oh, that's actually perfect. That's actually perfect. The only thing that I would change if I could is I would add more of those big like circle glitters, but since I really don't have any more of them. There are like other ones with both like orange and pink in it, but it also has like purple and stuff. And I don't think I want to add those in because I feel like it's gonna mess it up. But yeah, oh my goodness, that's perfect. That's perfect. Oh, and this one is color changing, so I wonder what will happen if I warm it up with some UV light. Oh, the one next to it is also warming up. Do you see it turning like clear almost? I didn't really notice a huge difference if I'm gonna be honest. Let's top coat this. Amazing. Amazing. Do you hear that bird outside? You know what? It sounds exactly like a seagull, but I'm pretty sure that's a hawk. And actually, crazy story, this morning I went to take my dog out and I literally started hearing that noise and I looked over into one of the trees in our backyard. Two massive red-tailed hawks literally like going at it, fighting, I think. But yeah, it was pretty amazing to witness. They were like literally like maybe less than 20 feet away from me. Two massive hawks. And then also, I was driving home the other day and on our mailbox, or actually not our mailbox, but the mailbox like next to our house basically. Oh look, I cured it and it became lighter with the heat. Wow. It definitely got lighter with the heat of the curing. Awesome. To finish my story, I saw a giant red-tailed hawk eating a rat. I saw it eating a rat. It was kind of amazing to witness, but also pretty sad for the rat. Anyway, honestly, I am literally in love with how these two colors look together right now. Honestly, I could stop here and be completely happy with just using these for this set. They're so gorgeous. Oh my goodness. It needs a name. It needs a name. I don't know, like, you know how they have like pumpkin flavored coffees? Like, imagine a pumpkin flavored like cream soda pop. I feel like that's what it would look like. So All right, I think it's gonna be definitely hard to top those two. Today, I'm definitely trying to focus on creating a set of acrylics that's going to look really cute for the theme of nails that I'm going for, and less of just like trying to create cute one-off acrylic mixes. So I think we definitely need like a proper pink. So I'm gonna aim for a pink that's like super duper bright, and I'm gonna start with this like mix of chunky and fine hot pink glitter, but it is absolutely beautiful because it has a purple reflection. Do you see that? That is magnificent. That is absolute perfection. So yeah, you know how it goes around here. We're just gonna put this entire thing in there. Wow, that's gonna be so gorgeous. That is going to be magnificent. All right, and for this one, I think I'm gonna use one of the triple thermal dust powders. I'm gonna go with this one because the color of it, like the color of it when it's just like room temperature, kind of matches the color of this, I feel like, or just like complements it well. And this one is supposed to go from Sangria, which is like a vibrant kind of like hot pink red, I'm pretty sure, to red to hot pink. So I think that's gonna be perfect. That looks so beautiful just like that. Like my eyeballs are so blessed right now. Okay, so I think the only thing that this is missing is like some star sequin glitters. So I found these ones. Hopefully they don't blend in too much so that you can actually see them inside of the acrylic, but I think that they're so adorable. So I'm just gonna add in a whole bunch of these. Like a whole bunch. Yeah. That's gorgeous. Oh my goodness, that is so pretty. All right, so I'm gonna just mix it up a little bit so we see what we're working with. This is definitely a lot of glitter, so I don't even think there's any more room to add in anything else, to be honest. So we're just gonna go ahead and add the acrylic all the way up to the top. All right, definitely can't tell how beautiful it is just by like looking at it in the powder form, but that's why we're gonna swatch it. Oh, that is chunky with glitter. Oh, but that's so beautiful. Oh my goodness. And you can see the stars so well. The stars look so good. Oh my goodness. You guys, I don't know if I've ever had such a good time making custom acrylics. Like, these are looking so good. Are you joking me? Oh, I could cry. I could cry. Pull yourself together, Anne. Pull yourself together. All right. Sorry, my camera overheated, so I had to let it cool off, but I went ahead and top coated this one, and when I cured it, it warmed up enough that it literally became the most beautiful hot pink ever. At this point, I think it's maybe cooled off like a teeny tiny bit, and it's starting to like go back to looking more of like a kind of reddish pink a little bit, like a teeny tiny bit. But oh my goodness, I love it so much. It's beautiful. It's so beautiful. So the name I came up for it is Fairy Blood, because I'd imagine that like if you could see a fairy's blood, it would probably be like hot pink instead of red and full of glitter and sparkles. So I made it morbid for Halloween. While I was waiting for my camera to cool down so I could start recording again, I actually planned out the next one. And the next one I'm going to make is, I'll just show you like the glitters and stuff that I pulled out for it. Basically, I'm going to use that same kind of glitter that I just used for the pink, but this one is like a very deep, dark purple with almost like a blue, like a bluish purple reflection to it that is like literally singing to my soul because it is so beautiful. I'm gonna include some of the stars again because I really loved how those stars looked in the other one, and then maybe a couple of these stars as well because I like how it has the blue reflection. And then how perfect is this going to be? How perfect is this going to be? Oh, it's gonna be so perfect. Deep violet to sapphire to blue. Like, how amazing is this going to be? Like, purple and blue and sapphire, like all the colors are so, they're so synchronous. It's a miracle. So let's just put them all together, shall we? this one is really giving me Coraline vibes, like with the blue and like purple and stars. Oh my god, look at this powder. Do you see that? Do you see how it like is changing colors already because I touched it? Oh my goodness, look, when I touch it, it turns blue. Oh, that is so cool. That is so cool. Whoa, oh my goodness. That is like the coolest thing I've ever seen. It's literally making fingerprints of heat. That's amazing. Oh, that's gonna look so good. This is literally the coolest pigment powder I've ever seen. Like, it literally even looks cool on the spoon. All right, so since a lot of this pigment powder is so pigmented, I've actually been figuring that I should probably wipe the spoon off with some isopropyl alcohol before I put it into the bag of acrylic. Actually, I should probably just have a completely different spoon for the bag of acrylic, but I'm kind of not wanting to go downstairs and get one at this point. So yeah, that should be fine. You know, I just realized that I totally forgot to mix up the glitter and pigment together before I put the acrylic in here. And usually that kind of helps things to not like clump up too much. So hopefully it's fine. Ooh, oh my goodness. Look at that. It's blue on the lid and it looks like periwinkle. Oh my goodness, that's so beautiful. That is gorgeous. Bro, I literally hear a frog outside now. I don't know why nature is just being so loud today. The day that I'm like using monomer and I need to keep my window open. He just really wants to be in my YouTube video, I guess. Whoa, that's glittery. Oh my goodness, that is beautiful. That is gorgeous. I am speechless. I am literally speechless. It's like dark blue and purple at the same time. Because when the pigment starts turning blue, then the reflection of the glitter is gonna like shine through and match. But then if the pigment starts turning purple and violet, then it's gonna match like the other color of the glitter when it's not being reflected off of. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's just like perfect. All right, let's give it a top coat and see what it looks like after I cure it. It should turn pretty blue looking, I think. I don't know if I'm imagining, but I think it does look more blue. So I think this will be perfect. And it'll like go with the Coraline theme. That does look exactly like that. Since I'm going for like a kawaii candy theme, I'm definitely gonna need a yellow because candy corn, you know? I'm gonna start with this super fine, like pastel yellow glitter, and it has like a little bit of almost like greenish reflection to it, which I'd honestly prefer if the reflection wasn't green, but I don't have any that don't have a green reflection, so we're just gonna have to go with this. This is gonna make up most of the glitter, I think. This one's just gonna be pretty simple, probably. And then I have this like mixture of like orangish and yellow flakies and like mylar. I think there's even some gold pieces in there. I'm a little worried that if I put this in there, it's gonna make it look too orange, but honestly, I think it would be okay if it leans a little bit towards the orange side rather than like the pastel bright yellow side. So I'm gonna go ahead and add in a bit of this as well. And then I think gold glitter sequins would look pretty cute in a yellow, so I'm gonna use these little gold hollow heart sequins. Maybe not too many. Oh my goodness, there's a pink one in there. Imposter. And then for the pigment powder, I'm going to use this yellow glow-in-the-dark one. It's kind of more of a very neon, almost like towards the green tinted yellow. But I think it should balance out the kind of like orangey goldness of some of the glitters. And then before I forget this time, let's mix up this concoction. See what we're working with here. All right, I think that looks pretty good actually. I don't want to add anything else, I don't think. If anything, honestly, I'll probably just add a teeny bit more of this fine yellow glitter, just because I think, why not? And I'm gonna just fill the rest up with clear acrylic. If you haven't seen my custom acrylic videos before, there's no real like measuring that I do when doing like the glitter and pigment powder and acrylic. I just kind of try to keep it to a ratio of 3 to 4 parts clear or white acrylic per every 1 part of the glitter and powder mix, just to make sure that there's enough acrylic. Also, I pretty much just stick to using clear acrylic because I think that that shows the true color of the powder and the glitters the best, because once you start adding white, it starts getting a little cloudy, a little milky, which sometimes I do add white if I want that milky effect, but for these, I want them to be bright. You know, honestly, I don't really know about that one. I think this is the first one that I'm actually feeling kind of unsure about, because I just feel like it's a little too, or maybe, let me just, actually, okay, once you kind of layer it a little bit, the color does become a little bit more opaque, a little bit more deep. I don't know, I think it definitely could use a little bit more of a yellow punch to it. Okay, I think I'm going to add in some of this ultra thermal dust that goes from orange to yellow, because that way not only will it add in a little bit of yellow, but it will also kind of have a little bit of an orange tint depending on the temperature as well, which I think will make it look a little bit more like more on the like kind of deep Halloween yellow side, instead of like, I want it to be a little bit more on the orange side. Okay, just in the jar, it's definitely looking very much like a pastel orange now, but hopefully when we like swatch it, it will lean more towards the yellow side. Yeah, that's looking just pretty orange, to be honest. That's pretty orange. That is orange. Well, maybe because it's cold right now. Let's see what happens when it dries. Just give it a moment, okay? Give it a moment. It might just be cold because the monomer is cold. Let's see if we put the top coat on and cure it. What will happen? Oh, look at that. You can literally see the orange going away right before your eyes. That's crazy. That's crazy. Look at that. Oh my goodness, it turned yellow. It turned yellow. That's insane. Look how yellow that looks. That's beautiful. And honestly, like when they're on my like fingers, they're probably going to be, oh, well, actually that feels really warm to the touch. So they're probably not going to be that warm, but man, if only it would just stay that color. Whoa. Like that color right there is perfect, but we'll just see what happens to it once it kind of goes back to room temperature. It just fits. Is candy corn one word? I'm not sure. It really doesn't matter though. Okay, so you know how we have like a neon or like brighter orange and then like a very pastel apricot-y orange? I think it would be pretty if we added a pastel pink as well. And I definitely want to use more of these, and I think that these two right here are the same color mix actually. So I think I'm going to do these with a pastel pink base, and I think that'll look really pretty. Ooh, and maybe we'll add these in. I'm just going to start by adding in both little compartments. There's like some random black ones mixed into there. That's really annoying. There's like random little black ones in there, and I feel like they're gonna mess up everything. So I'm literally just going to go pick them all out. I think I got like all of the black ones. Ooh, should I add in these ones too? No, I think we're just gonna go with this. All right, it's really difficult to get this stuff out of here. Ah, okay, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna just block that side and pour. Is it working? Oh shit, that was a lot. Okay, it's working. Just gonna keep going. I think that should be good. cute. There is glitter all over me now. I think lastly for the glitter, I'm gonna add in some of these flakies. And for the pigment, I'm going to use this Glow Dust in the color Cotton Candy. So this one's not gonna change colors, it's just gonna glow. I'm not gonna add in too much either because this is pretty bright. And I do want this one to stay pastel. Ooh, that looks so beautiful. It's probably gonna look a bit darker when I swatch it, but hopefully not too much darker because I really like this color. Ooh. Oh, my face cam cut out again because it overheated, but oh yes, this is perfect. Okay, it is a little bit on the bright side like this one, but I do think that it is beautiful. Honestly, maybe I could use a little bit of white acrylic to make it a little bit more pastel. Let me add a scoop of white acrylic and then let's test it again. I'm not sure how much of a difference that made, but let's find out. Yeah, that definitely toned down the brightness a lot, and that is actually perfect now. That's perfect. See, that looks a lot more pastel than this one and this one. Beautiful. And you see the difference between white and no white? It definitely tones down the color a lot and just makes it cloudy and milky, which sometimes is the effect that you want, like in this case. Okay, hopefully my face cam will not overheat long enough for me to finish doing one more custom acrylic because I decided that I just feel like this set of custom acrylics is not complete without like a pastel purple instead of this like dark purple. I really like this one. Like this is super beautiful for a dark Halloween like Coraline inspired set. That's not what I'm going for today with these colors. So I don't know. I think that a pastel purple would be really cute. So that's what I'm gonna do. Yep. And I think I'm going to use these sphere glitters because the mixture of pink and purple and blue reminds me of cotton candy, which is perfect for a candy themed set. Okay, actually, I think I'm going to reuse the stars that I did in the other purple one just because I didn't realize that I do not have a lot of pastel purple glitter apparently. I really thought I had more. Actually, I have this one in this package that I got in a little like acrylic set. Oh, kind of have to dump them all out. Just gonna add this whole thing in there, I think. Oh, I'm getting clumsy, okay? I've been doing this for a while. I'm getting hot, I'm getting sweaty, feeling a little uncomfortable. But I want this to be beautiful. All right, do I put these stars? I think I'm gonna, okay, you know what? No, we're gonna skip these ones. I don't wanna pack it with too many different kinds of glitters. And now I'm actually going to put some of these glitters, which is like the super tiny, fine fairy dust glitter. It's basically just a white, fine iridescent glitter. Just adds a little extra pizzazz to any custom acrylic, but especially because I'm going to be adding a little bit of white acrylic to this one, figure why not add some white glitter as well. And then for the pigment, this one is a little different than the last one I used. This one is just purple to blue, and the last one that I used was violet to sapphire to blue. So I think we're just gonna go with the purple to blue this time. It's definitely not looking very pastel at the moment, but now I'm going to add 1 scoop of white acrylic, which should pastelify it, and then fill up the rest with clear acrylic. Our last custom acrylic for today. Let's hope it's a good one. The color looks promising already. I mean, even if this one doesn't turn out exactly how I was hoping, I do already have 5 custom acrylics that I've made that I know that I will use. So yeah, but ooh, this is looking good. This is looking good. Ooh. Ooh, there's some little chunks of blue in there, or what is that? But yes, that does look like pastel purple, exactly as I was hoping. I think it is a little bit maybe too opaque with the white, where you can't even like see the other glitters really. You can just see like the fine glitters. Whoa, do you see that turning to blue? That's crazy. Ew, I actually really like it as a pastel blue too. Okay, okay. All right, I give up. Okay, I give up on my face cam. I'm just gonna have to finish off this portion without the face cam because it keeps overheating, but I'm almost done anyway. Look at how gorgeous that is as blue. I almost like it more as blue, to be honest. Enchanted Lake for the purplish blue one, because lakes are blue, but then in the moonlight at night, they could possibly look a little purple in the dark, you know what I'm saying? And Candy Kingdom for the pastel pink one, because I was gonna name it like Candyland or something, but I've been rewatching Adventure Time recently, and this one just reminds me a lot of Princess Bubblegum, so yeah, and she's the princess of the Candy Kingdom, so perfect! Okay, now that I'm happy with all of them, let's do some final official paper towel swatches on this brand new paper towel, just so we can really see what they look like against the white background. Okay, this is them in the dark. I forgot which ones were supposed to be glowy, but this one, where I can't see anything, but that one right there is insanely glowy. So this is without me like charging it with my lamp. Let me charge it with the lamp really quick. Whoa, those are so bright. This one is insanely bright. I'm pretty sure that's the Candy Kingdom one. And then this is the apricot sherbet, poison sherbet, whatever. And then this last one was Candy Corn Dreams. So yeah, so pretty. All right, cuties, so here are all of the swatches. I'm just trying to warm up this yellow one on the end so that the color actually matches this little pumpkin swatch that I made of it. Not everyone will like these pinks and like colorful colors for Halloween, I know, but I don't know. This year I just felt like doing something a little different, a little more like cute and bright, and I'm really happy with how they turned out. Also, these little swatch jewels, I literally just made little charms with this little pumpkin silicone mold thingy, and later I'm gonna go and glue them each to the top of their corresponding jar so that I know what the acrylic looks like just from looking at the top of the jar. While I was doing the little swatch jewels, waiting for them to set in their little silicone mold so I could pop them out, I just went ahead and peeled off my last nail set. It was really quick. If you want to see the process of how I peel off the nails using my peel off base in the cozy cocoon method, then I will pop the little link up to that in-depth video of my prep and peel off process and everything in the corner like I usually do. Also, I end up filing these ones down a little bit because honestly, the length of the nails on this hand was getting a little out of control, not gonna lie. They were so They were so long, and since I had that little mishap with this one last time and this one's already shorter, I figured might as well just file these down to a little bit of a shorter length because my nail beds are kind of long already, and then having extra length to my natural nail makes it really hard to use full cover tips because I had to use so much product. I think I'm gonna just try to keep them all at this length. They came off really easy off of this hand as well. I think this length is kind of perfect, but I wasn't ready to file them down all the way yet. But yeah, let's go do some nails, shall we? So we're gonna do some stiletto dual forms, and I think some stiletto nails will be really cute. All right, so I sized out 5, even though I'm going to be doing all 10 nails today, because since they're dual forms, I'm gonna be popping them off after the acrylic sets, and then I can just reuse them for my other hand. So now the hard part is to decide which colors I'm gonna use. Okay, I'm definitely gonna be using 5 different colors, so 1 color per nail, but I don't know if I wanna use these 5 or if I wanna use these 5. So basically include the orange or include the dark purple. I do feel like this dark purple is a little out of place maybe with these colors because these ones are like a little softer and then this one's just like super like dark. So I think I'm gonna go with these. So the bluish purple, pink, pastel pink, apricot, and orange. And even though I'm going to be doing acrylic and not full cover tips, I'm still going to use this peel off base. I'm just going to put a layer of it on and cure it before I apply any acrylic instead of using it to put on the nails like I do with full cover tips. So I'm just going to apply a layer of this to all of the nails on top of my hard gel layer that I already have on. I've used this method with the acrylic 2 times before, I believe, or maybe actually no, 3 times before, and it worked really well all 3 times when I went to remove it. So also if you notice that my natural nail is kind of growing out like a teeny bit towards my cuticle area, I didn't actually fill in the hard gel layer this time when I went to remove the other nails. I usually only fill in my hard gel layer every like 2 to 2.5 weeks. If there's like a millimeter of natural nail by your cuticle, it should be fine. Also, when you're doing it like this with acrylic, you're gonna want to make sure that you're covering all of the hard gel and natural nail with the peel off gel, and also put a pretty generous layer of peel off gel. Like don't make it super thin like you would with maybe like a regular base coat. And then once that's fully cured, I always like to wipe off the sticky layer with some isopropyl alcohol because I don't want a whole bunch of dust and lint getting stuck to the surface while I'm working on the acrylic. And it really shouldn't change the effectiveness at all. All right, I've got my station all set up. I poured a little bit more monomer. I have my wiping towel and my dual forms, and of course, my custom acrylics. But also along with my custom acrylics, since they're all like pretty heavily filled with glitter, I'm also going to be using this clear acrylic. I like this clear, it's really good. It's from Not Polish. I'm going to be using it to create like the clear encapsulation layer over top the glitter acrylic so that when I do any filing and stuff, I won't be like scratching the glitters, and I will show you how I do that with the dual forms right now. So let's start with the thumb one. So for the thumb, I think I'm going to use the pumpkin fizz one, which is the orange, like the darker orange. But before I do that, I'm actually going to start by putting a super thin layer of clear acrylic into my dual form first. So since the dual form I'm going to be putting it on like this like clear layer will end up being on top, if that makes sense. So yeah, I'm just going to get small beads of acrylic at a time and create just a thin layer of clear, because then afterwards I'm going to go in with the glitter acrylic. So I don't want to bulk it up too much. Also, if you're worried about getting it on your skin, I would recommend using gloves, especially if it's like your first time doing it. I've done this a couple times, so I'm not too worried. I know I'm not gonna make a super big mess with the acrylic. I'd also actually recommend putting a layer of clear like this if you're using any like super pigmented acrylics, because last time I tried using the dual forms with like a super pigmented acrylic, I didn't put a clear layer and a lot of them ended up breaking. Anyway, so and now that I've got that clear layer, before it actually sets all the way, I'm just going to start going right away with the pumpkin fizz color so that it kind of like, you know, I want it to kind of set into the clear acrylic, if you will, because I don't want there to be any like big air bubbles or anything. But I'm going to make sure to keep it super thin near the bottom, like where it's going to go on my nail, at least for now, until I'm ready to actually pop it on my nail. And then before I put the bead to actually put it on my nail, I like to put a little bit of glitter at least down there so that it can like set on a little bit before I pop it on my nail. Just so that there's actually like glitter down there, because sometimes when I pop it on, it can like start squeezing out and moving. And I'm just gonna let that set for like 20 seconds maybe. And once I'm ready to put it on, I'm going to get a big bead, so with a little bit more monomer in my brush. I'm gonna put it down at the nail bed area right there, push it down a little bit, and before it sets too much, I'm going to pop it on my nail. Push it down just enough so that the acrylic is going to be covering everywhere. And you can go in with your brush, or actually once it starts setting, it's a little bit easier to go in with like a wooden cuticle pusher and just like clean it up around the edges a little bit. And then I also like, once it's on there too, I also like adding a little bit to the underside as well, just to make sure that the color is like the same opaqueness and like density all the way through, if you know what I mean. Also, I don't know if I'm imagining, but I really feel like this one's changing colors, and I didn't realize that this one was a color changing one. And for this one, I'm going to use this ultra thermal dust that goes from dark orange to light orange. All right, and then I think I'm gonna wait until the end when all of them are on to pop them off all at once. So yeah, now that I showed you guys step by step how to do this one, I'm just gonna speed through the rest of the colors. Next, I'm gonna do the hot pink, like almost reddish glittery one, which is called Fairy Blood. I like actually love this name. And I'm gonna start off with the layer of clear just like I did before. And for the beads, to put it on my nail, I'm gonna try to not get too many like just super chunky pieces of glitter. I want like actual acrylic. I really didn't get a lot of spillage at all with that one. Oh, that one looks like it's going to be beautiful. Oh my goodness. I'm so excited for this. Okay, I said I was gonna wait until the end to pop them off, but I'm actually just really curious to see what this one's gonna look like and if there's any mistakes that I should correct going forward. So, ooh, no, that's actually perfect. Definitely just needs some major filing, but I think that looks good. All right, I'm gonna try to keep alternating between colors. So orange, pink, and then one that's a little bit orange tinted again. So I'm gonna do Poison Sherbet. Also, I don't remember if I mentioned this to you guys already, but I was thinking of dressing up as Princess Bubblegum for Halloween because I love Princess Bubblegum so much. But obviously, I'm not gonna dye my hair pink again. I think my hair dyeing and bleaching days are over for now. I'm trying to grow out my hair to be like long and brown and thick and healthy again. I'm ready to start a new hair journey. So the hair journey that I'm currently on is to grow it out long and natural and healthy. But to be Princess Bubblegum, I'll definitely need pink hair. So I ordered a pink wig. And I think that these nails, like pink and orange candy themed nails, how perfect is that gonna be? Because if you don't know, Princess Bubblegum is from the show Adventure Time. It's a cartoon for like teenagers, and she's the princess of the Candy Kingdom, where everything, all the citizens and all of like the buildings and just everything is made of candy. So yeah, it's just gonna be so perfect. And I was already planning on doing these candy themed nails for Halloween before I even thought to dress up as Princess Bubblegum. Honestly, I don't even have anywhere to go on Halloween. I'm literally not gonna go anywhere. But I just think that dressing up and like making a video and like posting it would be fun. It would be fun to do, maybe. So if I'm in the mood, that's what I'll be doing for Halloween. Another thing you want to make sure to do with these dual forms in acrylics is to make sure to get the acrylic all the way up the side walls, because sometimes you can easily miss those side walls. I feel like my hands are being very shaky today. All day I've had like this insane pressure in my chest, and like, you know, when it just like feels hard to breathe and you like have to take really deep breaths. I've just had that feeling all day, and it's like, I know it's like the feeling of anxiety, but I'm not actually anxious about anything like in particular. I think that I just have really bad PMS, so that's been fun. I tried taking like some magnesium and sitting outside a little bit and getting some sun, and I think that helped a bit. It's just hard sometimes when like can't really help it. You just feel anxious, or you know, you just don't feel great. But it's just important to take your time and not push yourself too hard when you feel like that. It's okay to take a rest. But I really wanted to get these nails on. And honestly, these have got to be some of my favorite custom acrylics that I've ever made. Like, actually, those powders were so amazing and epic. Also, if you were watching this video, like, I know I'm not going like super deep in depth to how to do acrylic in this video, but if you like want to do custom acrylics but you don't know where to start with like doing acrylic nails and everything, I also have like a full in-depth video tutorial of like a list of supplies and step-by-step instructions on how to pick up the acrylic beads and everything like that, and I'll link it up in the corner. In that video, I do the Femi Beauty Lazy Girl method, which is actually pretty much the exact same as what I'm doing in this video, except in that method you don't pop off the tip afterwards, you just leave it on. And I think that's better for beginners because it adds a little bit more, like it adds a safety net. If you don't apply the acrylic inside properly and there's like air bubbles or something, you're still gonna have the tip as a dome and you're still gonna be able to wear the nails. So yeah. I really like them, except I don't know really how I feel about using the Enchanted Lagoon color that's like blue to purple. You can kind of see it's a little bit more blue down here where my natural nail is because my body temperature is warm, but the tips, I was just putting ice into my cup, so the tips are cold and they're a little bit more purple. But anyway, yeah, I don't know how I feel about the purple so much. So on this hand, I went ahead and put the purple on like the thumb so that I could just see how it would have looked like with this color scheme. And actually, I think the purple's okay. But anyway, either way, it's time to do some filing. I want to make these look sleek and beautiful and not like they came out of a form. I'm gonna use my e-file to get around the cuticle area since acrylic is much harder to file than that peel off gel that I use when I do full cover tips. When I do full cover tips with the peel off base gel as my nail glue gel, I don't even need to use an e-file because a regular handheld wooden file just like scrapes off the excess gel really easily. But I don't want to risk filing too much with my wooden file and cutting myself, because you can cut yourself. Believe me, I know by experience. Those things are like sharp. And then also another tip that I want to give you is that I use my e-file really to debulk the extra product that I just want to take off. All the spillage around the cuticle area and on the sidewalls, I'll just use that to basically just take down a lot of that excess product. And then I go in with my wooden file to straighten up the sidewalls and to make everything just look like smooth and straight, if that makes sense. I don't know why I used to feel like I needed to do all the filing with my e-file, but it's actually really helpful to do a majority of the filing with the wooden file, especially if you want your nails to be like really straight looking. I don't know, at least for me, I found that that works. So all the filing is done. After I finished filing, I ended up having to go in like on a couple of them and just like fix up the acrylic a little bit because there was some areas where like I filed off too much acrylic and you could see my natural nail and I don't like that. So I went ahead and fixed it. Also this one I ended up filing it too short. So what I did was I just went back in with the dual form at the top. So yeah, here are all of the charms that I have gathered. Before I put on any charms though, first I am going to use this nail primer just to make sure that the nail is primed nicely because some areas that didn't get filed are pretty glossy and they're also looking kind of foggy from the isopropyl alcohol that I cleaned them off with. So this will get rid of that. And once I've primed them, I'm going to go in with a base coat. The good thing about using dual forms with acrylic instead of just building them and then encapsulating them is the nails definitely end up a lot less bulky than they would have if I had sculpted them like by hand without the form. So I'm not worried about like bulking it up too much by putting a base coat. It's just gonna like make sure that my surface is nice and level and smooth, and also make sure that the charms adhere on for as long as possible, because the last thing you want is to have an adorable set and then get a charm caught in something and yanked off and then your whole set is ruined. And now I'm going to take out my IV Fix Gel, which if you watch my videos, you see this every single time I use charms because it is my favorite charm / rhinestone glue gel. I never have ever had charms pop off when using this. And also it really does help to just have all my charms and all my like supplies just laid out in front of me. I'm filling in like the crevices underneath this giant charm to lessen the chances of it getting caught in my hair and to secure it on like really well. I went ahead and put some charms on the other hand as well, and I actually really love these two little chunky kawaii charms. I think they're so cute even though they're not really like candy related. So yeah, time for the top coat, and this is gonna make it look so much better, hopefully. Like the top coat just always pulls everything together so nicely. And of course I'm gonna top coat all of the charms as well as the nails, just to like, you know, make them glossier, but also to just kind of connect everything together with the top coat, if you know what I mean. I can definitely already tell that I'm going to get very overstimulated by these nails being so like chunky. There's like charms hanging off of every single nail. They are really cute though, so hopefully I can make it through Halloween without taking them off. I think that I should be able to. It's actually pretty amazing the difference that a good top coat can make. Like, I feel like these just did not look complete without the top coat, but now that the top coat's on, I think I really like them. I think they're so cute. They're exactly what I was picturing for like a kawaii candy set. Exactly what I had in mind when I made these acrylics. So yes, I'm very pleased with these. They're so cute. I feel like they're nails that you could wear kind of like all year long, to be honest, but no, I think adding this little pumpkin guy and this little guy and the ones with like the skeletons on them and stuff, you can definitely tell that it's supposed to be for Halloween. At least I can, but it's okay if you can't. Now that I'm done with these nails, I'm actually so happy with them, and they're actually not bothering me as much as I thought they would. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up before you go. It helps me out so much, and I really appreciate it. I hope that you are having the most amazing day, night, week, life. Stay safe out there, you guys. Don't do anything. Don't go doing anything crazy. Just don't hurt anyone or yourself. Yeah, I hope that you guys have an amazing night. Sleep well if you're going to sleep, and I will hopefully see you in my next one. Bye, cutie. Mwah.